Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. So, I am recording this about an hour and a half or so after the Republican National Convention has concluded. Basically, this means that the general election campaign, which has already been underway, but this means really the actual election campaign is getting real, I think. Um, what we're seeing right now is honestly like I don't think we'll ever see anything like that again. That was Trump's speech at the RNC was a good speech. I don't think it was the greatest speech of all time. I think it was up there. The greatest speech of all time. I honestly think Vance gave the greatest speech I've ever heard, given by a vice presidential nominee in last night, dude. JD Vance's speech last night was very good. Tonight, Trump's speech was also very good. So I don't know, but anyways, so we're gonna be going over what I think, Trump's path to victory. Well, not really. We're doing a prediction. I haven't done one of these since like January, and let me tell you, things have changed a lot since January. Um, Trump almost died a few days ago, almost a week ago now. Um, And yeah, no, it's definitely been a crazy, 2 months for American politics. Trump was convicted of 34 felony charges. He almost died. Biden had a terrible debate performance. It's been wild. And you also have Bob Menendez in New Jersey getting indicted. So it's been pretty crazy. And also my life. 2024 has been a great year. Been very, very spiritual this year. Definitely have had a lot more connection with God than in previous years. But, anyways, without a doubt, let's hop into this. These are going to be all of the safe red states. We could put Iowa, Ohio, Texas, and Florida into these. I do expect Trump to. Well, in terms of like the chance he'll win them, they're safe. But margin wise, I think they will all be likely. Again, I'm using margins of again between 1 point and 5 points, or between 1 and 6 points is lean. Six and then from 6 points to 16 points is likely, and then anything above 16 is safe. I think Trump will carry Iowa by around 14 to 15. I think Trump will win Ohio by about 11. I think he'll win Texas by about 10, about the same as he did in 2016, and I think he will win Florida by about 12. By a similar margin, he'll win Texas by. I think they're almost identical at this point. Florida is more red trending than Texas is, but we're seeing some good signs out of Texas. Hopefully, Trump's gains in the Rio Grande Valley continue. They did continue into 2022, albeit a little bit slower than anticipated, but they are continuing, which is a good sign. Biden's blue states, the safe blue states here, again, D.C., Maryland, California, Hawaii, Washington, and Oregon. I know polls have shown, like there was a poll that had Trump up in Washington. I know, again, if Trump wins Washington in November, I will delete my channel. If if Trump wins Washington and Oregon come November, I will delete my channel. That's how confident I am that that won't happen. I would love to see that happen. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see Trump, go out there and win like a Washington or a New Jersey. I just don't think it'll happen, if that makes sense. Those are, again, these are states. I don't think you're going to see that big of a shift. You'd have to see, Republicans win statewide first. In my eyes, I don't know. So back to the main point though. Colorado will be a safe blue state. I honestly think Colorado could vote to the left of California, or not to, maybe not quite that far. I think it'll vote to the left of like Illinois though, definitely. I think Colorado will go to Biden by about 18, 19 or so. I think Trump will lose. I think Biden will win Illinois, safe. Rhode Island, safe. Massachusetts, Vermont. I think New Jersey Biden will carry that likely. I think again, I think Trump is gonna improve in a lot of these states, except like Maryland. I mean, no one gives a fuck about Maryland, so let's be real. But well, I mean, Maryland's a cool state, but it's not gonna vote red. Electorally, don't we should? I mean, it's one of Biden's best states. New Jersey again. I've seen the polls. Something is brewing in New Jersey. I don't think we're gonna see it this time around. I definitely think Trump will make things a little bit closer than expected, but I still think Biden is definitely the clear favorite to win New Jersey. Delaware, same deal. New York, I think New York will probably go to Biden by about 17 to 18 points. Again, New York is a red trending state. I think by the 2030s we could be talking about a swing state New York, considering New York City has been swinging hard to the right. Again, it is still overwhelmingly blue, but I mean, Trump, I mean, again, it only voted, for Kathy Hochul in 2022 about 65-30, which was enough to almost tilt the state in his favor, in Lee Zeldin's favor. So, I don't know. Then again, that was a midterm, but it was still pretty. I mean, New York. I have a hopeful outlook on New York. I don't think Trump is gonna win New York because I mean, like, he's not gonna win New York. Let's stop lying to ourselves here. But I think Trump being from New York and the indictments, the charges happening there. I still think that will motivate the Trump base, especially in upstate, that typically never turns out for anything. I think Trump will. Okay, I'm babbling about stuff. I need to stop. And Connecticut, and then we have Maine's first as safe blue. So these are the actual states. I mean, we'll put New Mexico there too because Trump isn't going to win New Mexico and Biden is going to easily win there. But anyways, New Mexico I think could be a future red state though. Just saying. But anyways, so these are the states that are actually going to be in competition in November. The Rust Belt here, we have Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, the state of Virginia, which I will talk about pretty shortly. Some interesting developments out of Virginia. North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, Nevada, and Maine and New Hampshire. So we're gonna start here. I don't typically start in the South, so we're gonna start in the South. North Carolina, Trump will win that, no problem. He'll probably win that by about 4. I think he'll win it by a similar margin he won it by in 2016. Trump, again, it's North Carolina. North Carolina is pretty immune, all things considered, to waves in either side. Republicans do benefit a little bit, if it is a Republican favorable environment. Remember, in 2008, Obama had to win Indiana in order for North Carolina to go blue. So that should prove, and again, Democrats winning down ballot is different. North Carolina historically is a blue state down ballot. At the federal level, North Carolina since about the 90s has been reliably, since about the 90s and 2000s has been reliably red. So, Georgia, I think Trump will win Georgia by about 3. I think honestly the GOP is going to see a resurgence in Georgia. I think again what happened in 2020 I think was a perfect firestorm for against Trump. It was a perfect firestorm for Biden to win. You had BLM, which mobilized black voters to turn out in ridiculous numbers. You also had Trump was largely again Trump was the incumbent during the riots, which made him look kind of unpopular because it happened under his watch. You had COVID, which mobilized Democrats in the state. I mean, it was a perfect firestorm that probably won't happen again unless we have like a million more black swan events. But again, even with everything that happened in 2020, I think Georgia will swing back red. Georgia I think is going to be kind of like a North Carolina where there were people saying in 2008 that North Carolina would be gone after that, which it really isn't. It's gone back to being red. Romney won it in 2012, and after that, it's kind of stayed that way. So, but I think Georgia overall, I I think Biden will definitely. I mean, Democrats are going to definitely get better margins there than they ever used to before 2020. But in 2022, Republicans held on to every single statewide office. The MAGA Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones won by almost the same as Kemp, which proves that it's not Trump, it's the candidate that you run. Herschel Walker was just a terrible candidate. Other than Walker, the Republicans did pretty well in Georgia in 2022. So I fully expect Trump to probably win by about 3. I'd say it's fair, about 2.5, 3 points. It's gonna be a narrow victory, but it's not gonna be, it's not really gonna be a nail biter like 2020. Virginia. Um, as much as I would love to see Trump win Virginia, I'm not buying that for a minute. We would, I mean, again, for Virginia to go red, we would have to see Minnesota go red first, which won't happen. I think Biden will win Virginia by about 5. I think again Biden will definitely lose support in Virginia. I think Virginia Beach will swing back to the I think Trump will probably win Virginia Beach back. He'll do a lot better in the western part of the state. I think you'll see a bit of. I think the trends in Nova will stunt. The growth in Northern Virginia will stunt. The Democratic growth up there, I think is going to hit a massive wall. I also think the Democratic gains in like Richmond and Charlottesville are gonna probably also hit a wall. Um, it's the Glenn Youngkin effect. I don't think Trump is gonna win Virginia. Again, I would love to see him win Virginia. I don't think it's gonna happen, but who knows? Weirder things have happened. Um, I don't know. Trump could, but I just think as of right now, I just don't think it's plausible. I think we should definitely target it if we lock down the Rust Belt, but only if we have the Rust Belt locked down. Don't target it otherwise. New Hampshire likely blue, no explanation. Maine, I think Maine at large will be lean to Biden because of third party. Trump wins the first district safe, or the second district, excuse me, safe, not the first. Now we have the big, the Rust Belt. Pennsylvania, I have a hot take, and that is that Trump will. I think Michigan will vote to the right of Pennsylvania. I think Trump at the moment is the favorite in Pennsylvania, narrowly. The only problem I have with Pennsylvania is Biden still does technically have the home state advantage in Pennsylvania. B, it is a lot more college educated than like a Michigan or a Wisconsin. And also, there's a bigger suburban population in Philly. I think Philadelphia proper Trump will make gains in, but the surrounding suburbs I don't think will flip. I don't think will. I think they'll swing left. But I think rural Pennsylvania will definitely swing right, especially in light of what has happened there with Trump almost getting shot in the city of Butler. Pennsylvania, I think, is poised to go for Trump. I just don't think it's going to be like by a lot. I think Pennsylvania is going to be kind of the new Florida in a way. Pennsylvania, I think, will literally become the new Florida. So, but I think it'll vote for Trump as of right now, especially in wake of, what happened where Trump almost got, where Trump almost died. He got shot in the ear and, at a rally near Pittsburgh. So, that will definitely mobilize turnout. Um, and on top of that, voter registration trends look really good in PA. So I don't know, but for now, my gut instinct tells me that Trump will definitely he'll win Pennsylvania, but it'll be by more than he did in 2016, but it won't be above a point. So there you have it. Michigan. I have, again, this is based off my gut feeling and also, like trends and everything. I think Trump will win Michigan by about 1-2. I honestly think Trump is the favorite in Michigan. By that, I think here's the thing. Republicans in Pennsylvania are kind of maxed out. Again, I mean, I'm gonna have to pull up the map here. If I pull up the map, as we can see, oh my God, shut up. So as we can see here in Pennsylvania, Republicans are kind of maxed out in a lot of the rural areas. I mean, Trump is getting, upper 60s, lower 70s percentage of the vote in a lot of these counties. Western Pennsylvania, Trump sees a lot of room for improvement, but other than that, I think Republicans have kind of hit a wall, and also Northeast too. But we look like a Michigan. There's a lot of red here that could be turned to darker red. There's a lot of areas like Macomb that's only going to Trump by like 10, not even. That needs to be going to Trump by a lot more. Um, Michigan, I think that there is a lot more room for growth in Michigan. Um, I think Trump will see a rebound in a place like Oakland County and a place like I think Genesee County. I think that's how you pronounce it. I think Genesee County will could flip. It could flip red. I don't think it will, but I think it'll come close. So I think Trump will win Michigan purely based off of rural Michigan has a lot more room to grow. There's a lot of Democrats in Michigan who will cross over for Trump. I don't know. There's just again a lot of room to grow in Michigan, just like Wisconsin, which I also think will go to Trump by about. I think he'll win it by about 2. I think Trump wins Michigan by about 1.5. He wins Wisconsin by 2. A lot of room to grow in rural Wisconsin, particularly down here in Derek Van Orden's district. A lot of room to grow in the Kenosha area still, which is swinging to the right as we see here. A lot, he'll have a rebound in Green Bay. I'm sure he'll probably flip Door County back. I mean, Wisconsin on paper should be a red state. I think Wisconsin will start trending that way after this race. Um, I think Trump will. I think, for example, I think Trump will probably flip. He'll probably flip Door County. I think he'll probably flip Portage. Probably will flip Green too. Probably Sauk. Just to put it into perspective, I think he'll win Wisconsin by about 2, between 2 and 3. Minnesota, as much as I want my state to go red, it just won't happen. I mean, I think there is potential in the future, maybe, if things go right. But for now, Hennepin and Ramsey County can control, or Hennepin and Ramsey counties control how the state votes. Biden got like 700, like Biden got like 743,000 votes from there roughly, which he won the state by like 300,000. So that's his entire margin of victory in 2 counties. Trump will make gains in the rural areas, and I think the Twin Cities growth will stunt. The Democratic gains in the Twin Cities, I think, are going to hit a wall. I think you may see parts of the cities actually swing back a little bit. A place like Anoka County, like a place like Anoka County, fairly working class, a lot of blue collar neighborhoods there. A lot of it's fairly rural too. Like the northern part of it is pretty rural. I think Trump will rebound in Anoka, which is a crucial county that he must win if he wants to win the state. But I don't know. I mean, a lot of these light pink counties, I think I think Trump will make gains across the whole state. Carlton and Winona are going to flip red probably. I don't know, but when it comes down to it, the Twin Cities will shift left just enough that Biden will hold on. I think Biden carries Minnesota by about 2. 2. Yeah, he wins it by about 2. Nebraska's second district, likely blue. It's Omaha. Enough said. Arizona. As of right now, I honestly think that Arizona will go to Trump. I think he wins it by about half a point. I think after this, Arizona is gone, and we should not attempt to go after the state. My big thing with Arizona is this. Here's what I'll say with Arizona. Arizona, I think Trump will probably win the state at the presidential level, but I think Kari Lake is screwed. There are going to be a lot of Trump Gallego voters. That is a thing. A lot of them are probably going to be Hispanics. A lot of there will be a lot of Democrat, like ticket splitting in Arizona. Lake is a terrible candidate. We should not nominate Kari Lake. We should nominate Mark Lamb. The primary is coming up in about 2.5, 3 weeks. Not even 3 weeks, about 2.5 weeks. As much as I want Lake, as much as I would love for us to have a Republican, another Republican senator in Arizona, once again, I just don't see it. I think as of right now, Trump will win the state, but I think Lake will lose. Um, After this, Arizona's gone. Like I think just because of the national environment, Trump will win. After that, Arizona's going to be a blue state. Nevada. I think Nevada, same deal. I think Trump will win Nevada by a narrow margin. I think Trump will win Nevada by about like literally between 0.1 and 0. Like between 0.1 and half a point. Nevada has been so stubbornly lean blue, and it's getting really annoying. Again, Clark County is swinging to the right, even in an environment where the national environment swung like about a point and a half. But almost 2 points, 3 points left. Nevada actually swung to the right, and if you take into account, trends, like if you take into account how the state would vote at a neutral, like in a neutral environment, Nevada is literally a 50-50 split. And if and mind you, actually no, in like a D+1 environment, Nevada's a 50-50 split, and in a neutral environment, Nevada is red. Same thing with the Rust Belt states, might I add. The Rust Belt states actually in a neutral, if the popular vote was tied, would actually go red. That's something that not many people talk about. Wisconsin would go to like in a neutral environment is R+3. Michigan in a neutral environment is about R+1. Same with Pennsylvania. So that's all I have to say. But anyways, there's my prediction for you right now. Trump wins 312 to 226. Again, we are in July. As favorable as this looks to Donald right now, I'm still not convinced he's going to win in November. I honestly think the Democrats still have a very good chance of winning. Again, as of right now, this is my prediction of if the election was held on July 19th, which is today. This is what I think would happen. Again, there is still enough time for like a scandal to completely wipe out Trump's campaign, or maybe even a successful assassination attempt, which I hope doesn't happen. Like a successful assassination attempt. Then what happens? I mean, Vance would take over, but still, or maybe Biden gets replaced, and then the Democrats actually like rally behind their new candidate and they win. There's definitely a chance that the Democrats will like snap. I mean, the Democrats are very good at winning, so we'll see. I don't know. As of right now, Trump is the favorite. I am again. We need to be cautious. We need to be optimistic, but we need to be cautious because we got overconfident in 2022 and it bit us in the ass. Anyways, let me know what you think will happen in this election down below in the comments. God bless all of you. I hope all of you have a great rest of your week, and I hope you guys have a good weekend. Yeah, no, Godspeed to all of you. Peace out.